Gentlemen, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I get the second installment here, or maybe it's the third installment. I don't know, but it's called Fruit of the Spirit. And we're in such unique, challenging, exciting, mixed emotion times here during the pandemic, and so I get the honor and privilege of actually sharing from Hebrews chapter 12, verse 14, through peace, and it's called Pursue Peace with All People and Holiness, without which no one will see the Lord. I'm going to read it again. Pursue peace with all people and holiness, without which no one will see the Lord. And I don't get everything right all the time, and I'm a work in progress, and I can't imagine, someone out here isn't the same way I am, and maybe you guys have it all figured out. But when I read that verse, here's what I hear and here's what I see and here's what it processes is that, as a dad, as a husband, in maybe confined times or challenging times, I have to keep my EQ under control. Now, I know that sounds like, wow, that's a piece of cake. That's easier said than done. And it is easier said than done. And that's why, as an individual, as a guy leading a household, whether it's leading yourself, leading your wife, leading your significant other, leading your family. Maybe you have kids, maybe you're leading your family from, aging parents, keeping your EQ, keeping your peace under control is something that you want to definitely work hard at. And here's why: because what if the other person on the other side of the table, the other aisle, the other gas pump, the other living room, the other hallway, the other bedroom, maybe you're the first and only chance they get to see as a living, walking proof of Christ. And if you don't have your EQ on, if you don't have your peace, your temperament, your control under control through peace, then they might miss the opportunity that you got the opportunity to shine the example of Christ on them. And like I said, I didn't always get this right. I messed this up many, many, many of times, and I became the professional apologizer in many areas. But at some point in time, you have to draw a line in the sand and make a decision and say, you know what? This is where it's going to start with me. And a good friend of mine, his wife, Lori Woodward, says, there's 4 P's. You pray, you pause, you ponder, and you proceed, which eventually will get you that peace. But the only way it does that is if you're diving into the Word, diving into, some great scripture verses. And just like I did, you saw I wasn't smooth or professional or polished. I just dive into the Word, I start reading it, and then it makes me think. And then I analyze and then say, how does this apply to me? And so peace is the understanding of just keeping it under control when things are maybe out of control. So thanks for allowing me to share. Hopefully this helped you out, and you see that, what? I got some flaws, and you know what? I can work on them just like everybody else can. And as long as you move forward in that, walk in the journey and diving into the Word, then maybe you're one step closer to getting peace totally under control. So thanks a lot from sharing, and have a great day.